Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, and welcome to another day in Azeroth. Thank you guys very much for being here today. Hope everybody is doing well. Drew, Sakura, Tawan, Alpha T, Justin, Robert, good morning to you all. Good afternoon, good evening. Let's see. I'm going to pop one of these greater markers of the dawn, because I haven't been using them. I should probably eat some buff food to eventually reclaim the inventory space. And then we're good to go. We are going to start off going after some Gorduni ogres today. You know what? Maybe we'll start with the Yeti. I think the Yeti are going to be on the way. So maybe that is where we begin. John, good afternoon, and welcome to the stream. Mitash, welcome. Thank Thank you both for being here today. Theoretically, because I'm sure there aren't going to be tanks, but theoretically, when would be a good level to do Maradon? I know there are 3 different wings of Maradon, technically. I haven't done a classic Mara in a very long time. It's been a very long time since I did like a full clear of classic Maradon. I remember the last time I did a full clear, I think, was on the Tauren Warrior in TBC. And that full clear took about 3 hours. It felt longer than a lot of raid nights. It was like a 3-hour, 3.5 hour, like full Maradon clear. That is the last time I think I did a full Mara clear. Princess is level 53 or 54, okay. So if we want to be able to hit the end boss, we're not going to do that like super soon. We'll be doing that later. But maybe we can go, yeah, maybe at 50, yeah. So like not too much later. Like, I forget how quickly we level up. That's all the way out in Desolus. I don't have the flight. I don't even have the flight point to Desolus. I don't think we did anything on Desolus on this character. But I guess it's a short run away. I think we have a chance to get the quest item if we skin these guys. There are lots of quests for Maradon. Right on. I would have to figure out where those were at. Let's take a peek out of curiosity. Okay. So there's a lot of DPS in the queue. That's basically what we expect. So it's not like no groups are going out. We might be able to get into a group. If we want to jump in the queue at like level 50, level 51. And if we have time to just hang out in the queue. Do most groups do full clears, or do they kind of decide on a side to do? I guess that would be... I guess I would take whatever I can get. It doesn't have to be a full clear. We don't have to spend 3.5 hours in Maradon. But we could. We could... Failed attempt. That's right. We need to get our skinning going. Man, I have to approach professions differently the next time we level a character, because I just did not do well. I did not do well at keeping my professions up on the hunter or the paladin. It's like 2 characters back to back. I think it's just like adjusting to the level speed. I think when we do the druid, I'm gonna do herbalism alchemy, and we'll see. Maybe herbalism alchemy is the one. Maybe it's the one we can keep going and like keep it consistent as we travel through the world, not have to do a lot of backtracking. That's what happened with mining. So I just got out of the areas where I could get tin, and then I never went back. Yeah, Mitosh, maybe for Maradon. Like a level 60 in Maradon is that's not too bad. I don't even know if that would affect the experience a lot. That might be possible. Definitely like level 60 stuff. But possibly Maradon. Rageclaw Cloak of Healing, plus 22 to healing spells. That's cool. Oh, that looks cool. Stealth Z, good afternoon, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Dust to dust. Yeah, dust to dust. I think the dust to dust that'll be etched into my memory for like a long time. Never have I had a more miserable time in a boss fight, basically like in my entire life. All the raid bosses that I've killed in the past, I think the BFD boss, it was like the worst fight. There was nothing fun about it. It felt like people would just die randomly when they got teleported into the other plane. Like, no one could ever, like, explain why they died. Never once did someone get teleported, die, and go, oh yeah, you know, I messed that up. You know, I know exactly what I did wrong, and I'm gonna do better next time. Every time people died, they were like, I don't know why I died. I don't know. I went in the thing and then I was dead. And I'm like, I believe you. Like, I believe that that's what's happening. That's the problem. It's like, you don't even know what's happening. You went in the thing and now you're dead. And now we're gonna wipe. So the fight wasn't fun. Nobody was learning. Like, it felt like nobody was learning the fight. And that was when I decided to be done with SOD for the first time. That was the first time I decided to be done with SOD. Was dust to dust. Oh man. And thus the Saturday morning raids came to an end. What a cool idea that just didn't get any traction. Saturday morning raiding. Oh, the US servers are down all day. Oh my god. That's so awful. Never have I been happier to be playing on the EU realms. This is why I know that for me, like, this was a great choice. Because I never have to worry about maintenance. During the times that I play, if I'm playing on the EU servers, I never have to worry about maintenance. Even if the servers are down for an all-day maintenance, by the time I get on, it's after that. It's after that. The servers are always back up. I never have to worry about that. That's like the worst thing, like, when you're just like, all you want to do is play WoW. And then you wake up on a Tuesday, and instead of the maintenance being over soon, it's an all-day maintenance. Literally, that has single-handedly ruined so many of my days. Like, just taking a decent day and just made it complete garbage. It probably shouldn't bother me that much, but it really does. The Murloc fight was hard for people too. And then that came down to just a skill issue. People, we quickly saw like who could move with mechanics and who had no idea how to control their character in the game space. It was very revealing. That should have been my cue that like SOD rating wasn't going to work for me, because I remember feeling too frustrated with people. I was feeling much more frustrated with people's inability to move where they needed to be on that fight than I should have felt. That should have been my first indicator that I was not in the headspace to be raiding in SOD. I just wasn't there. Because to me, the fight should have been simple. I'm just like, okay, we just have to be in these places at these times and attack these guys at these times. Like, it felt so simple. It requires skinning 230. Okay. Also, like, we can stop killing Yetis whenever you guys want me to. Apparently, we're done with the quests. And maybe we've been done with the quest for a while. I don't know. I've just been caught up with all this, the reminiscing of Phase 1. Is this gonna lead to a way out? I don't think so. Guys, I think I'm lost in this cave. Okay, I think maybe we have to go back the way we came. Let's go back this way. I think northeast is out, isn't it? Oh wait, maybe north, what? No, not northwest. It must be northeast is out. I need hides. I can't skin all of these guys because I haven't trained my skinning in like 5 hours of gameplay. So I'm capped out at 225, needlessly so. And a lot of these guys require skinning 230, so I can't even justify hanging out just for skins because I can't skin them all. Also, I haven't been going to the auction house. It's been bad. So I've been vendoring most of my skins. I'm pretty sure we've been vendoring them. I've gotten pretty lazy about, especially what happens is like when I quest in Kalimdor on the Alliance side, and like the closest city is Darnassus, and it's a 15-minute flight from where I'm at. Like, I never go to the cities. In the level 40s, I just stopped going to cities because you always end up in Kalimdor, and especially when you're Alliance, you just have nothing around. Like, you know, you don't have an auction house, really convenient. You don't have a bank, really convenient. You don't even have a class trainer. I'm sure we have skills we need to learn. Yeah, we got some stuff. I don't... Wyvern Sting. I need this. I think they're referencing Wyvern Strike. I think it shows up as Wyvern Sting when we go to train it, but it's really talking about Wyvern Strike. It's one and the same. So yeah, I think we need that. Yeah, how's the auction house? I wish I could tell you. It was really good when we were selling light leather in the beginning for 7 or 8 gold a stack for light leather. So I made a small chunk of money doing that for a period of time. And that market kind of went down a bit. I think that market is down to like 2 or 3 gold a stack. But I haven't been to the auction house since I've been getting thick leather, so I don't know if thick leather sells. I've been vendoring all my stuff. And I should be ashamed of myself, basically. I'm probably vendoring hundreds and hundreds of golds. So, there's that. And the other part of it is bag space. Like, I simply don't have a lot of bag space. So, you know, bags get tight, and then I go on a vendoring spree where I just vendor every single thing in my inventory that I can vendor, regardless of whether I could use it for some other purpose. I get frustrated with not having bag space, and I purge everything. Even useful stuff, even valuable stuff, I'll just purge it. I'm sure some of you guys have noticed this, and it's probably really annoyed some people. Light leather's dying down on the US side, but it's still 5 silver a piece. I mean, 5 silver a piece is still pretty good for light leather. pretty good considering you can get a character to like level 6 and you can just go farm leather on them. Basically 0 effort. Go stand at the farms south of Goldshire. You just stand at the farm south of Goldshire, you wait for other people to do those quests, and then you just skin everything. Like, you don't even have to, like, level the character. You just gotta get them to, like, level 5 or 6. And then you can have endless leather to sell. Yeah, I need a bank alt. Man, I've never been good with bank alts. I have a couple bank alts. Do I use them properly? No, not at all. I'll have a bank alt, but they're really a mailbox alt because all that happens is I mail stuff to them, and then I never log them in. And then everything sits in their mailbox, and then eventually the stuff in the mailbox gets deleted. Like, they don't let you keep the stuff in the mailbox forever. After a while, you lose it. And I have lost many, many things to my mailbox alts. Karen, good evening to you, and welcome to the stream. Alright, let's extricate ourselves from this and head directly east. I guess we'll just fight through these guys. Yeah, and I think bags are expensive on this server too. Everything's expensive because it's definitely a seller's market. And people definitely have lots and lots and lots of gold. So if you're looking to sell stuff, it's great, but if you want to buy bags, then you are going to have to drop lots and lots of gold on bags. Like, most of my bags are 10 slot bags. I randomly found a 14 slot bag the other day, which was incredibly lucky. Ideally, now I would find 3 more of them, and that would help out a little bit. Could you imagine if we were like a traditional hunter and we were trying to have a quiver equipped? How would I ever exist if I had to have a quiver? Like, it would never work, you know? It's already... inventory space is already so bad as it is. Yeah, I mean, it's smart to say, like, if you're gonna play a lot of characters on a server, to have a tailor that can make bags. That would be a very, very smart thing for me to do. But, you know, time, effort, motivation, you need all those things too. Mitosh, right on. Yeah, that's awesome. I think this is probably a good time. Probably a good time for it. We're getting close to 50. You know, we're zeroing in. Am I going to go for the other weapon? Yeah, we'll do another ZF run eventually. Do I think I'm going to get lucky enough for the other weapon to drop? Not really. And we kind of found out that, you know, the sword does have strength on it, so it would be good, but it's not going to be like our best weapon that we can find. There will likely be other weapons that are better that they won't have strength on them. Maybe they'll have something useful like agility or attack power. The original sword did not have strength on it, but they apparently redid the stats on it for Season of Discovery. So what I thought of as a weapon with a proc on it was a weapon with strength and a proc. Definitely more of a warrior weapon, unfortunately. I'm having deja vu here. I think we're basically catching up to the paladin now. We're basically catching up. The paladin might have a few more levels. But this feels very recent in my memory. The strength is not really useful. It's not useless, but I think you get most of your attack power comes from agility still. And then for strength, increases attack power. Yeah, like it does. You know, it's not, I don't think it's useless. I just think that it's, that you still prefer agility over strength. Which is why, yeah, we could use the sword. It's just not going to be the best weapon we can get. That's another big reason why we're not basically a warrior. Is that they did let us keep agility as our primary stat. Oh man, we are getting low on HP. Having a stance that could restore HP would be great, because then you could flip between Viper stance to get your mana back. You could flip over to the healing stance to get your health back. You can go back into Monkey when you're topped off. That would be fun gameplay. If we could do some stance dancing to keep momentum going, that'd be awesome. Am I gonna play TBC again? You mean again? You mean, am I gonna play TBC for the 3rd time in my life? Obviously. Of course. Yes, absolutely. And I'll play it a 4th time too if it comes to that. Yes, we're definitely gonna play TBC. For the 3rd time in my life. It'll be my 3rd TBC launch night. How many more will I get to have? Yeah, that was yesterday, yeah, when we needed on that's the weapon we're talking about. The first of 2 one-handed weapons. And like, you know, the warrior, he wasn't wrong, you know, but I am gonna use it. He was wrong to think that I shouldn't need on it. That's where he went wrong. He was right to think that it's probably better suited for a warrior, but he was wrong to think that like I had no grounds to roll on the weapon. You can be right and wrong. That's the part he didn't get. He was right about one thing, so he thought that entitled him to be right about everything else. And that's just not how things work. You can be right about one thing, but wrong about everything else. Am I still uploading content for the warrior? Which one? We got a few. The anniversary warrior? The anniversary warrior is definitely going to continue. I'm not currently playing a lot of it. But that warrior is going to be the warrior that goes into TBC. That's going to be the warrior that we take through the Dark Portal. So, also what's happened with Anniversary Realms is that they've kind of become the TBC waiting room for me. So I'm not super hot to like burn through the next 100 hours to get the character capped. Cause like I don't know if I want to like have the character on the shelf for the whole time, so I kind of want to pull the character out over time and play a couple hours a week and just kind of like stay fresh on the character. Cause otherwise I just cap it out and then it sits forever. We forget about it. Am I gonna take the Cata Warlock into Pandaria? I don't know yet, maybe. Leveling in Cataclysm is not really super enjoyable for me. So if I take the Warlock, I'll have to figure out like how we're gonna level it up. Maybe we just maybe we stream it a couple times. Maybe we grind a bunch of dungeons out. Maybe I level it up that way. Because questing in Cataclysm is not It's not really that enjoyable. Somebody left me a comment that kind of hit it on the head. It's like, even the zones that are still pretty good in Cataclysm, they feel like they're just soulless. They just kind of feel like hollow. It's almost like they're like all cartoon representations of themselves. That's kind of what they did in Cataclysm. It's like every zone became a cartoon caricature of itself. So there are things that are familiar, but it feels weird. It just feels off. And so I just don't really enjoy it. It's always like, what happens to me is I play a blood elf, right? This is how it happens. I roll a blood elf, and then I'm having a great time because I'm doing like Eversong Woods, I'm doing Ghostlands, I'm having a freaking amazing time because those zones are amazing, and the class design is fun, and the pacing is enjoyable. So I always start up a cata character. I do a blood elf, and by like the second or third zone out of Ghostlands, I'm just like not feeling it because all the zones are cartoon caricatures of themselves. Yeah, Mitosh, go ahead and toss me an invite. I'll have to see about getting to a flight point. At this point, I'm not sure which flight point I'm closer to. I feel like I'm kind of closer to the flight point out here because I'd have to make the swim, and the swim is going to slow me down a lot. So I think I'm going to head this way, and maybe that's the flight point that we go to. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Oh wait, where am I going? I'm going to Maradon, I'm sorry. For some reason I was thinking we were doing ZF, but no, we're not doing ZF. We're going to Maradon, so I'm going this way. It's okay, I know exactly where I am, and I know exactly where I'm going. No need to be concerned. If I don't take the Warlock into Pandaria, I'm going to take the Mage. We have a level 80 Mage that just needs their last 5 levels. We played a lot of that character on stream. I had a really fun time with Fire Mage and Frost Mage. So that's my other option, is that I take that Mage into Pandaria. You know, or I could take the Warrior who's capped, or I could take the Paladin who's capped. Like, I got options for Pandaria. But I'm probably going to do the Mage or the Warlock. It's probably not going to be the Warrior. Unfortunately, it might not be the Warrior, because I'm not familiar with the Pandaria content, so I don't think I'm going to be tanking heroics and stuff. I just want to be a DPS, I just want to follow along, and I want to blast things. And I want to see big numbers. Big numbers. Racket, I appreciate those words. Thank you so much. I do try to keep it chill, so that we can all just hang out and have a good time. And I'm not smart enough to min-max. That's a blessing and a curse. Yeah, the reason this is not a channel where like everything's hyper-optimized is like I'm just not smart enough. You know? Or like, in more to the point, like I'm just not attentive enough. So yeah, it works out. Yeah, and so that warrior, that's one of the warriors that I probably won't play again, because like he's still there. He's sitting in Kata. He's capped out. I just don't know, because I don't want to tank. I don't want to tank Pandaria stuff, because I just don't. I don't know the content. Even some of the latter Kata dungeons I didn't know very well. Like, I was very familiar with Zul'Gurub and Zolaman, but then the 3 dungeons that came after those, like, I wasn't super familiar. When are you guys going to see the rest of the Pally videos? Whenever I want. Whenever I deem it necessary. I put one out this morning. I'll probably pop one out every other day or so, until I get some more recorded. Right now, I'm gonna be focusing on this hunter. It's kind of why I've gone back to streaming more often, is I want to really focus on the hunter. I want to get it capped out. I want to get it into endgame content. I want to get it into raids. And I just want to have a character that I can do raids on and do like dungeons. I need a character who I can pop into and do endgame content. And that'll help me balance out like all the leveling that I do. Because, you know, I do a lot of leveling. But I need something different. So, and I used to think like retail would be that place, like, because I was having a lot of fun with Mythic Plus. I was starting to enjoy delves, the little bit of the delves that we saw. And I used to think like retail would be the place where I could have my endgame character, where I could have just the dungeons, the content that was really fun, and I wouldn't have to worry about leveling more characters. But it didn't really work out with War Within, so maybe SOD can be that place. At least for the 6 or so months that we have, however long until Pandaria comes out. We should have a lot of time. And to be fair, I don't even know if I'm going to enjoy endgame content in Pandaria, because I did not do endgame content in Pandaria originally. I had taken a break from the game as soon as I got to level cap, basically. Didn't come back till Warlords. Alright, only 40 more minutes of running to go. 40 more minutes or so. Do I have to, like, I have to go around, right? There's not... Is there a way through here that I can get in from the southern side, or do I have to go around and come in through the eastern side? Because from back in the day, I always remember having to come through the eastern side here, run past all the Centaur. I don't know if there's a shorter way. Strawberry servers are down if you're trying to play on US servers. I, however, am playing on EU servers, so I don't have to worry about US maintenance times. I never have to worry about US maintenance times again. And it is a big relief on days like today. Maybe I can get through here somehow. Maybe I can at least take a little shortcut. There is a back entrance, but yeah, somewhere. Maybe this will just get me over the mountain here. I don't want to have to follow the road all the way out. Like, if we can cut right through here. Yeah, this is perfect. Here we go. This is not bad. And then I can just hang a left up ahead. What do I enjoy more? Recording or streams? It's different. It depends on how I'm doing. It depends on lots of things. It depends on lots of things. And it changes. Like right now, I really want to focus on streams. You know, in 6 months, maybe I'll need to take a month where I'm focused on recordings. Like I've had to accept that for me, the thing that I enjoy more can change. There are times when I enjoy like focusing on the recordings, just kind of like being very, very insular to myself, and then there are times when I really enjoy coming on and I want to hang out every day and talk about the game, and it really depends on like where my mental state is at, and I've had to accept that it changes. That there isn't like one answer to that question. There might be a Maradon quest somewhere here. I'm never gonna find anything. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry too much about the quests. Because, like, yeah, I see things on the map, but I would have no idea really how to get to them. So, it is what it is. Yeah, anything that people can share, that's great. You know, we'll take what we can get. It should be fun just to see the run and maybe see some bosses. Do whatever we can do here. Get a little bit of XP. And that's fine. I haven't been here in like so long. Like actually walked up to the entrance. It's been years. Actual years. Nice. Nice, nice. Oh no, no, not like this! Ah! Okay. Moving on. Yeah, that's right. The quests are also some of the quests are also very confusing, or convoluted is probably a better word for it. You have to like talk to different NPCs and find different NPCs in different places. I remember there being some like spirits we had to talk to, and they were all kind of like scattered about. I mean, the place is a labyrinth, you know. I don't know my way around here at all. Left on my own here, I would get hopelessly lost, and eventually I'd have to hearth out. Because I simply don't know my way. I'm bad at navigating places that I am familiar with. Definitely a different type of centaur than they gave us in Dragonflight. Humorously, it says we are actually standing on top of a quest, so, you know, that's fun. So we got purple side, and we got red side. Isn't there also, like, a yellow or green side? Oh, that's right. Don't feral druids give us some kind of Wind Fury effect? Can't we basically proc Wind Fury now? With a feral druid in the party? That would be really good for us. Well, look at that. That is a quest. We'll take it. We'll probably never figure out what to do with it, but we'll take it. I have been turned into a statue in a really weird pose. There we go. Aren't servers down? Not in the EU, and that's where I play my SOD. Play my SOD on Wildgrowth EU. Hey girl, you're not a centaur. You're like a... Oh, this is like a nymph. Okay, you're centaur adjacent. But you are not, strictly speaking, a centaur. Recover the 2 parts of the scepter. The Celebrian Rod and the Celebrian Diamond. Okay. Cool, cool, cool.
I don't know.
What are we doing down here? Maybe he's herbing. Was there an herb down there I didn't see? Oh, maybe he's after a quest item. Oh, this quest is a portal to the last part. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, there we go. Well, that's nice. Another quest that I'm not sure what to do with. Let's see. Another quest. Okay. Oh, that's for the last boss. One-handed sword. A two-handed staff that restores mana and health every 5 seconds. And a bow. Yeah. So nothing for us. We'll take the bow, but we're not going to really use it. It's not going to get a lot of mileage. What are the odds that our other party members show up and they can actually find us? What are the odds of that? He's like, are you guys inside? Yeah, we're inside the giant labyrinth. Where you will probably never find us. Oh, look at that. Well, there's the portal. I hope they don't end up going to purple side. You know, it would have been smart to empty my inventory at any point in time before coming to the dungeon. Would have been good. I need one of those little vendor robots. That would be a really cool thing. Maybe lock it behind a long quest line that I have to look up on Wowhead and then put a jumping puzzle at the end of it. Could be really fun. But yeah, a vendor robot toy would be amazing. Does my girlfriend slash wife have a character? Yeah, they both do. Well, they don't play right now. No, my wife has a real life, so she doesn't get to play WoW a lot, and she also plays lots of other games. Like, she plays games on the Xbox, so that I can sit there and backseat game. That's what she does. Currently, we're working through Monster Train. Did some Slay the Spire before that. Had like a 200-hour Hades run before that. Lots of good games. And this is why we need summon stones. And this is why we just really, in Season of Discovery, we need to have the automated group finder. And we just need to be able to teleport in and out of the dungeon instance. Just like in Cataclysm, just like in Wrath. I think for Season of Discovery that would be ideal. And if they did that, then people would probably run many, many more dungeons. Because the travel takes a long time. In regular Classic, the travel time doesn't bother you as much because you're already looking at a 300-hour questing journey, and like you'll be level 49 for like 4 hours, 5 hours of gameplay, so taking a half hour to do traveling doesn't matter. But when you can level up really fast, then it stings a lot more that we have to take like a half hour just to get everybody assembled, just because the travel is so far. Nothing is super convenient. Yeah, even just summoning stones would be huge. You can always get 2 people there pretty quickly. You know, out of 5 people in a group, if we're all looking to do a dungeon, there's probably going to be 2 people who are pretty close, maybe even somebody that's already there. And that's great. You get 2 people there, you summon everybody else. Having to have everybody run there is, at this point, it's just disrespectful of my time. You already have versions of the game where you can have that experience. Like, if you want to spend 40 minutes putting a group together, then you got Anniversary Realms. You can go do that on an Anniversary Realm. They're close. We are inching closer to fighting some mobs, doing some gameplay. Well, hello. I see we have friends. If you would have told me we were going to have all this company, I would have put tea on. Towns44, thank you so much for saying so. I appreciate you being here today. So like we're gonna share some quests. Okay, we got 16. I wanted to make sure that we're not capped out. So we are close. I think we have everything we're going to get. Now, whether or not we complete any of these... Oh, look at that, another one. Oh my gosh, what is this one? Shadow Shard Fragments. Okay. Am I supposed to not be close to these guys? Because I feel like I'm taking a lot of damage. Like, I don't want to stop DPSing necessarily, but I also don't want to be killing myself. And I have a feeling that being close to those guys is in some way killing the crap out of me. Or maybe it's the slime they leave behind, I don't know what it is. But it's not great. Going to feign death there. Oh, we did lose the druid. Okay, so it wasn't just me being negatively affected by that. I think the trick is to be as far away from them as possible, while still trying to be somehow in melee range. Alright, we're getting Thoradric crystal carvings by looting these guys, so... Gotta make sure we're on top of looting. Apparently, anything can drop it. It's some kind of poison cloud? Okay, so it's something like kind of around them. I just should try to stay further away. If I notice I'm taking a lot of damage, I'll just back off. I haven't been playing any retail lately? No, I quit retail for now. I'm on a retail hiatus. Alright, I'm just gonna back off. I'm just gonna back off and not really deal with those guys. I'll fight these other guys. The healer seems also to be like resistant to the idea of healing the DPS, which I kind of get it. Like, part of me gets it. At the same time, like, you just have to. Like, healing me is what you signed up for. You know, I'm sorry that I'm taking damage. But, you know, gotta press those heal buttons. Is the druid the healer? And like the druid is cat weaving? Is that what he's doing? Is that why I'm not getting heals? I don't know. Yeah, the US servers are definitely not up. No, they're down. And not playing retail is good for my sanity. Yeah, it's not just that. It's just like when I can play the content that I want to play without having to worry about playing the content that I dislike, then I'll play retail. When I can log on and all I have to do is delves and Mythic Plus, and I don't have to do a daily quest, a weekly quest, a world event, a world quest to get like other currencies, then I'll go back. Oh god, we have so many stacks of poisons. And we're definitely not going to get any heals. Like, I'm right about this, aren't I? The druid is the healer, or at least he is supposed to be the healer, but he's spending most of his time in cat form doing DPS. He has also died twice because when you're supposed to be the healer, but you're doing DPS and taking damage, you're gonna die. This is like the second time. Essentially, he's just getting himself killed because he's supposed to be healing us. Which is hard to do in cat form, or is the priest healing? If the priest is healing, he's doing a bad job of it. That's all. Part of me hopes the druid's healing, because that means he's multitasking. But if the priest is healing, he's just doing a shit-tastic job. He's also DPSing, so I don't know. I guess it's the mentality, like, everybody is a DPS now. Like, everybody's got a DPS. Because, yeah. The heals are just, like, not what I want them to be. Like, he can DPS a little bit, you know? If you're the priest healing, you can definitely throw out some DPS, but you gotta heal people up when they're low on health. You can't be letting people die and just get really low. Yeah, the priest, he joined as a healer. Yeah. And, like, that's okay. Like, he can do some DPS. He just needs to heal sometimes, too. Maybe because you're level 60, he just thought we would just roll over everything. Like, I don't know what he was thinking. Yeah, he must have thought because you're level 60, we were just gonna come in here and, like, nobody was gonna take damage. Maybe that was on his mind. Lael, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream. Like, I'm not even gonna fight these guys because I don't want to deal with the poison. I don't want to deal with the poison and then not getting healed up. So I'm gonna hang out back here. I still got a stack of it. Alright, we got the Celebrian Rod. I think we're now looking for an emerald or a diamond. And what I have to do is I have to make sure that I'm looting everything. Maybe I can run in and lay a trap. The real fun with these quests is going to be figuring out where they all turn in. I'm sure they all turn in different places all around the world. And they'll all be very far from here. That's going to be the really fun part. Like, how long do they sit in my log completed before I turn them in? Alright, I was trying to wait till the poll was over, but we're gonna have to look at this weapon here. Do we need this weapon? Do we want this weapon? I don't think so. No, this is nothing. Oh, this is a BOE. Okay, let's just roll green on it. It was just a BOE. That's a cool BOE. I'm glad it was something that we didn't need. Because I would definitely have rolled need on it. And with my track record, like, rolling need on it definitely would have made somebody angry. The priest has a death wish? Yeah, there's something fishy about the priest. He's definitely playing in a certain way. He's got retail-itis, obviously. Oh yeah, I don't have a pet. I don't have to dismiss my pet. Who's tanking? The Pally. Mitosh is tanking on his Pally. Nobody, don't ask who's healing because nobody's healing. Nobody's healing. That's the only problem with this group so far. Great group, no healer. I think all the tanks are pretty good in SOD. Pally is definitely good. But I think most of the tanks are pretty okay. And you get to have rogue tanks in SOD. You get to have warlock tanks. I don't see a lot of warlock tanks. And I haven't seen any rogue tanks in the wild. Pally seems to be a common choice for tanks in SOD. Yeah, these are the guys I really don't want to get close. with the whole not having an active healer thing. We have passive healing. Passive healing that sometimes happens between pulls, but rarely ever happens during the fight. Dante, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. This is Maradon. We are currently on one of the sides of Maradon. I think this is red side. I usually sit in Viper just to get my mana. Just so I never have to think about my mana at all. I could dance more into Monkey, but Monkey doesn't do anything for me. Like, not anything active. It gives me dodge, but I'm not usually tanking. So I just sit in an aspect of the Viper because I'm lazy. And this way I don't ever have to think about mana at all. To be fair, it would probably be more optimal to... When we get our... at 60, we're going to get an actual damage aspect. And when we get our actual damage aspect at 60, then I'll do more dancing between Viper and the damage aspect. But for now, I just sit here. When we're questing, when we're soloing, we dance between Monkey. You know, because we want to get the dodge. Yeah, it reduces your damage by 10%, which is pretty significant. You know, if we were doing something like super competitive, we wouldn't want to be in this aspect. I love that the music here just got so freaking loud. Oh my god. Oh, okay, now it's gonna get really quiet. Okay, perfect, perfect. I need someone to make an add-on for this game that equalizes all of the music tracks that play in the game, and it just equalizes them to play at the same volume. These ones where they get super loud and super quiet, it's bad. Oh, there we go. Ha! Increase bows +4. Oh. Okay. Okay, I see. I'm gonna take these still? I mean, I'm gonna roll on them. I guess I don't know, but yeah, there we go. I guess that's as good as it gets for us. You know? Like, what else could we ask for? We got a blue item. It's a bit of an upgrade. It gives us +4 to bows, which obviously, like, we don't need. What are you gonna do? Another quest item. Yeah, oh, there we go, got it, thank you. Yeah, I definitely haven't been good about looting everything. I've been trying to loot. Am I stacking agility or strength? We're stacking agility for the most part. We've got a couple of pieces with strength, but from what I understand, agility is still our primary stat, even as a melee hunter. We still primarily want to stack agility. Leather, stam, int, spirit. Okay. Don't need that. I mean, I hope I get another opportunity to turn the quest in. Because it definitely didn't happen that time. Do we all have to watch his roleplay? Like, each person that turns the quest in has to watch the roleplay? That's good. That's gonna suck. It's gonna suck more if we just don't get the opportunity to turn it in. It feels like we all have to do this, if he even resets. He's probably just gonna vanish into thin air. He's got kind of a gnarly, like, tree branch root hand. That's pretty freaking cool. Never noticed that before. Alright, buddy. Come on. Come on. Reset. Come on. Did we just break it? I don't know what happened. We leveled though. We hit level 50, so that's good. But I hope we didn't break it. Let's put our last point into lethal shots. And now we have to waste 5 points on something we're not going to use to get down to mortal shots. That's really the only bad thing about the spec that we're doing. So we are about to have to waste 5 entire talent points. I'm not sure, like, what he did, or if I'm supposed to do something. I really don't know. Okay, I did something. I don't know what. We've accomplished an objective. What we accomplished is unclear. But I got a bunch of XP. So that's good. Creates a portal teleporting group members that use it to Earthsong Falls in Inner Maradon. 30-second cooldown. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, apparently we all have to do this. That is annoying. Take this moment to clean up our burgeoning inventory. This guy also appears after we kill Princess. Okay. When am I gonna want to use this item? Not right now, obviously. Or am I even gonna want to use that item? Is it a shortcut, or does this get us to a part that we can't access without using it? It could be a shortcut, okay. Well, that's nice to have. We'll see if it ever comes into play. That was an accidental trade. Just trying to drop some junk on the ground. Unless you want this junk. There we go. It's always embarrassing when you're like throwing out trash and you accidentally open up a trade window with somebody and like try to trade them trash. Now here we go, back to killing turtles. Requires skinning 230. Yes, that is my mount. That is my lightsaber. These are the baby turtles of the parents I massacred in Tanner's. Yeah, they were hiding. They came here to hide. They thought they would be safe, but they were way wrong. Way wrong. No turtle is safe from me. Doesn't matter how far you run or where you hide. I will find you. Did we lose somebody? I think we lost the healer. Which, to be fair, wouldn't be a really big loss with how much he's been actually healing. But we might need him at some point. We might need him at some point. Where'd he go? I must have missed some exchanges in party chat. It won't make a difference. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it was making much of a difference. Oh, there he is. He's moving now. Maybe he needed like a little breaky break and I must have missed it in party chat. This priest must be in like a big hurry. It's like, is it worth the 5 or 6 seconds we saved by him running off and pulling the other stuff? He's going again. He's going to get more. I feel like I'm playing Final Fantasy 11. Like somebody runs out and they have to pull a mob back to the group. What's going on with this guy? Martin, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, that's cool. Stamina, nature resist, and defense. Yeah, as a tank, it's always really frustrating when someone like pulls for you, unless you have specifically asked them to do so. Yeah, that's one of my pet peeves. It's like, please don't pull for me unless I specifically ask you to pull for me. You guys got a freeze warning in New York City? Yeah, it's been like 15 degrees here all day. It was also really cold here yesterday. It looks pretty outside. It's nice and sunny and blue sky, but it's bitterly cold here in Michigan. And it has been pretty cold. Today was particularly cold. But yeah, it's not feeling much like spring. That's for sure. Yeah, like right now outside it's 25 degrees Fahrenheit, and the real feel with the wind is like 14 degrees. You know, it's April, no big deal. This healer is going on my list of just like healers that have made runs unnecessarily more painful. You know, he's just like, what should really just be an easy, stress-free run has just resulted in me being at low health or half health for most of the dungeon. It doesn't matter, like it's not stopping us from winning, so like it shouldn't bother me as much as it does, and I know that. But it's really annoying to sit at half health the entire time. Like, yeah, our tank has to heal us. Especially on a class, like I can't really like actively do a bunch of healing myself, so I guess another reason why I need to level up first aid. Apparently healers can't even be bothered to top you off between pulls anymore. Yeah, we had some snow too. It didn't accumulate, but it was in the sky and it was very depressing. So I thought we were done with snow. It's 81 degrees in Florida. Psst. That would drive me crazy too after a while though. If it were just 81 degrees every day, like I'd probably lose my mind. I need seasonal changes, like the seasons have to change. Sometimes I don't like how extreme they get. But I do need to have seasons that change. Wait, you say wait as the priest runs up and aggroes the boss? I mean, to be fair, I was pretty close too, but they definitely just like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun without someone dedicated to heals. I'm gonna focus on one of these guys. Did somebody just get punted off the platform? Pretty sure I saw somebody go flying. We got lots of Hydra action. Oh, that was great. Very good, very good. Alright. Well, I mean, that's that, I guess. Strength, stamina, nature resist, plate legs. Oh, those are cool looking. A very interesting look for us. Boop. Is this it? Are we doing more bosses? Or are we just here for this? This is 2004 Blizzard. You know, they were perfectly okay with this kind of thing. Very, very different than 2025 Blizzard. Very, very different. 2 more bosses? Yeah, let's. If this group wants to stick together, we can struggle through without a healer for 2 more bosses. Absolutely, if we can find them, sure. I guess I should talk to this guy with a giant quest marker above his head. Oh, that's it. Healer's gone. Okay. That's okay. Loot the boss. Did I not loot the boss? Oh my god. I think I did. I think at some point, yeah. I must have looted her at some point. Nobody's got any loot for me, so... We should be good. Yeah, I got the item. We don't have to do more. Like, we can be done. Unless there's, like, easy stuff we can get to, we can do more, but... I don't know how possible it's going to be without any kind of heals. Jumping down. Perfect. Well, I never knew about this guy. What's he doing down here? Just hanging out. Oh, that's cool. 20 agility, 5 stamina. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and, we're gonna roll on that item. Yeah. Yes, please. Now we need to put Wyvern Strike back in. Hey, we've got some decent gear. You know, we got the pants, we got boots. It's been a reasonably productive run. Of course, now I'm gonna get lost in here. Yeah, now the real challenge, finding our way out. With the cat at Dungeon Finder, they also broke it up into different parts, didn't they? Like, I feel like you would queue up for, like, Maradon Purple or Maradon Red. And, like, each side had its own queue, which made it a little bit more approachable. I'm not sure if they did any, like, big redesigns to it. I think they just broke it out into those different zones. It'd be cool to have an option. It'd be nice to still be able to queue for the whole run. But to be fair, they were through different instance portals, you know? Like, the Maradon sides are actually accessed through different portals, I think. So, I guess they're technically different instances. But I'm not sure. It's been equally long since I've done the Kata version of this. Oh yeah, the one you zone in, you're on top of the waterfall. I kind of remember that now. Like, you're on top of that one waterfall as soon as you zone in. Maybe they did break it out a little bit more than I thought. And there we go. The Hypertech Buckler. Oh no, I've never seen this before. That's really cool. I mean, that would probably get annoying after a while, like watching it on your back. But it's actually pretty cool. I'm glad that we can still see the item on the ground, like on the actual enemy. That's fun. Man, I am so lost in here. Some of these bosses, like that guy, I don't remember that boss. Convinced that I've never fought him before, and if I did fight him, I didn't realize it. The warrior from yesterday was really funny. And I probably shouldn't have needled him the way that I did, but I felt like I was lightly jabbing at him. But I ended up pushing him over the edge anyway. It was when I told him at least it's purple and I gave him a string of smiley faces. I think that's what broke him. Addons, I appreciate that. Thanks for being here and hanging out with us. Why is the hardcore server down? I think all the US servers are down. Maybe it's just hardcore. I don't know. I don't have to deal with that problem because I am playing on the EU servers. But I heard it was an all-day maintenance today. Which typically means the servers come back online around 3 p.m. Blizzard time. Or 3 p.m. Pacific time. So yeah, all day maintenance. I don't know where we are. Oh no, I recognize this area. Okay, I recognize these guys. So I've been here before. That poor frog. Mitosh, how dare you? I can't believe you would kill that frog in front of everybody. It's terrible. We all saw you kill that frog. All the servers came back up except hardcore. Yeah. RIP. I guess it's better that they wait to turn them on until the issues are fixed. That way they don't have another mass die-off. Didn't a bunch of people lose their hardcore characters in the DDoS attack that happened like a week or so ago? That feeling is one of the biggest reasons why I'm playing on EU. That sense of, man, I just wanted to play WoW today. I just woke up today and I thought, like, at some point today I would get to play WoW. And now it turns out I'm not going to get to play WoW today at all, and that maybe I get to play WoW tonight, maybe I don't. Yep, that was one of the biggest factors when I started playing SOD. I just thought, like, okay, like, it's time to have a character that I can play on EU. And I never have to worry about US maintenance times. I never have to worry about any kind of maintenance. I can just play the game during the time of day that I want to play the game, and not during the time of day that Blizz wants me to be playing the game. So, yeah. OnlyFans guild wiped. Oh yeah, I think I saw some of that on Asmon's channel. Yeah, but they were resurrected? Oh, okay, they did rollbacks? Blizzard did rollbacks? I thought they were never going to do rollbacks for any reason. Don't you sign, like, a contract when you make a hardcore character that states that, like, they're not going to restore you no matter why you die? It's surprising. Privilege, yeah, it's streamer privilege. It was so visible what happened that they probably had to do the rollback. No rollbacks, they just rezzed everyone. Oh, okay. That's fine, I guess. I mean, it's a bad way to die. You don't want to die because somebody DDoSed the servers, you know? That's not the same as the servers having like a natural little hiccup and dying because of a disconnect or something like that. Yeah, if they're not getting what they want out of it, which is obviously to have lots of people die in a very visible way. Like if they're not going to get what they want out of it, then maybe they stop doing it. Maybe. Yeah, it's not in the spirit of the game. That's good. That's a good philosophy to have, and it might stop some of those attacks. And then there were 3. Yeah, I noticed we lost, we keep losing people. I'm assuming we're just trying to get out of here at this point. Will we ever find a way out, though? That's the question. If only we had a little button up here that we could teleport out. How cool would that be? I don't know anything about cybersecurity, so I can't even critique their failed efforts at it. I'm assuming that when people do things like DDoS attacks, that they are really good at those things, and that they find a way. Like, I'm sure Blizz is not sitting there like, yeah, you know, our security kind of sucks, but that's okay. We'll just live with this crappy security. Like, they probably think their security is really good, you know? I think it's a case where there's probably always more you could do. There's always more you can do. And that's where, like, a cost needs risk analysis comes in. You just have to look, like, what are the risks, what are the costs, and what are the trade-offs? So, like, could they have better security? Yeah, sure, I'm sure they could. Would it be worth it financially for them to do that? I don't know. I am going to pop a potion, and I am not going to feign death because I am not in Viper stance, so I don't have mana. Now I'm going to feign death. Just hang out for a second. There we go. Okay, we're back. I should probably focus on trying to help out a little bit. Since we are down, we have a very small party size right now. My coffee is lukewarm and almost gone. I'm gonna have to fix this situation. I think we're getting close to the exit. This looks very exit-ish. Oh, nope, nope, nope. We're coming into a big room. Okay. No, maybe up here. Yeah, this looks like a way out, right? We'll see if that pans out to be true. We got close to not aggroing. We just couldn't quite do it. Oh my god, we made it out. Woo! I love that the run to get out was as long, if not longer, than the clear of the dungeon. Mitoch, thank you so much for tanking for us. I really appreciate it. It was a very productive run. We got basically a whole level, even without turning the quest in yet. And we got a bunch of loot. So, good times. Look, we made it out of the instance, but I guess technically we're still deep in this place. One day we will see the surface world again. One day. And my inventory's full. To be fair, it could have been worse. At least we're on the way out. Well done. Oh, well done. We finally made it. Yeah, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. It was a good time. Now, one day we'll figure out where to turn these in. Okay, I see a couple of turn-ins. I'm gonna head to these turn-ins. And also, I will probably want to grab the flight points. But yeah. There we go, that's Maradon. Probably as much of it as we'll see. I don't know if we'll run that one again. Especially, we got some of the quests done. Never saw any Shadow Shard fragments. Maybe they were in a different part of the instance. We just didn't come across any. I was trying to loot everything, so I don't think that I just missed the loot. Yeah, it was fun, and we did get some loot. So, that's always a bonus. We got the boots, and we got the pants. Feel like there was a green item as well. Maybe it was the gloves. Yeah, I think it was these gloves of the monkey. Most of our gear is looking pretty decent. What's like our worst piece of gear? Worst piece of gear, maybe the belt. At this point, I think the belt's probably the worst piece. And that's not even really that bad. It's level 34. Am I trying to go after Soul Thrays? Yeah, I want to do ZF one more time eventually to see if we can get the other sword to drop. But if we don't get it, not really a big deal. Be nice to have it again. We've kind of figured out that it's not the best weapon for us, but it would be better than, you know, it'd be an upgrade no matter what. It's just that there might be some other weapons in that range that could be better for a melee hunter. Yeah, I'm excited to get to 60 so we can do some actual, like, level 60 content. But we're getting close. Probably by the end of the week, maybe? Today is Monday. I think today is Monday. No, today's Tuesday. Today's not Monday. Today's Tuesday. Oh my god, I lost an entire day. Maybe by the end of the weekend. Maybe not by the end of the work week, but maybe by Saturday or Sunday we'll be 60. It really depends on how fast these next 10 levels go. I'm getting into like territory that I'm not familiar with. This is right about where the Paladin's at. I think the Paladin's like level 50 or 51. Questing wise, we're about even. The Pally has done more. The Pally has done stuff in the Hinterlands. The Pally has done stuff in Blasted Lands, so the Pally must be like level 50 something. Obviously I haven't logged into it in a couple days. Do I want any of this stuff? Agility and stamina on the head maybe? I think I'm going to take the agility stam and kind of compare it to what we have. We have a pretty good blue helmet though. Well, I think the attack power on the one we have makes it better. Yeah, I feel like the attack power makes the one we currently have on better. The staff from the quest? Oh, was it good? I don't know. I'm just kind of assuming, I get into a mindset where I assume that like stuff we get from quest is not going to be better than what we have. But obviously that's not always the case. Yeah, hunters can use staffs. I'm pretty sure we can. I think I've trained staffs. I don't have polearms trained. But I think we trained staves. Yeah, we did. 1 out of 250. So we've never used a staff, but we have trained them. Which is more than we can say for polearms. I really need a vendor. Yeah, I really need a vendor. I mean, yeah. I mean, the damage is higher, like... The top end damage is higher and the DPS is higher. Giving up all that stamina though, like I don't really like the idea of giving up all that stamina. That's a lot of stam. And then we're losing the strength, and I don't know how much the strength is going to factor in. But for the damage alone, I mean the damage is pretty good. We have 0 skill with staves, so if we wanted to use it, we'd have to skill that up. It has mana per 5 and health per 5, which is really interesting. It's too bad it can't also have a little bit of agility on it. The headpiece looks cool. Let me see. Yeah, that looks cool. I hate things that get rid of my hair. Like, why can't our hair be coming out of the back of this, you know? It is pretty cool looking. It is very druid or shaman-esque.
You need something?
I don't know if I need this thing, this item. I guess I'll just hang on to it. See how it goes. Maybe we'll go back, maybe not. Martin, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I went back to making some goals for myself since I was planning to be streaming most days for a little bit. So I appreciate you moving that bar. I don't think I need this thing. We can sell that. We can sell this. Boots can go. These boots can go. I don't think I'm going to use the polearm, so I think I'm going to sell the polearm. Elemental water can go. Yeah, I could just sell it for the gold. I think I might. I think I will just sell it. I think I need the inventory space and the gold. And that should be pretty good. Can I sell... Yeah, we can sell these. I'm going to try to start hanging on to some of the thick leather and some of the heavy leather to see if maybe we can sell it on the auction house one of these days. I am going to get rid of the clam meat. It's been sitting in my bags for a very long time. Alright, that is about all that we can do. And now we got to jump on a flight. Alright, I am going to put us on this flight, and I am going to go get some coffee, grab a snack, bio, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Let's see how long the flight is.
How may I help?
The flight, it's a very fast flight, actually, so I'm going to take like 5 or 10 minutes. Probably won't be that long, but I'll probably be gone for a bit after we land. So yeah, I will see you guys on the flip side. All right, we are back. Raindrop, thank you so much for subscribing, even if it was because of the chair. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here today. All right, so we got some things to turn in, and then we have to cross the ocean again.
How are you? Safe travels. See you around. Have a good one.
Is it time that I set my Hearthstone here? My Hearthstone has been set in Darkshire for like the past 20 hours of gameplay. So maybe now I can change it. Let's go ahead and do this. There we go. You guys can't see the chair now? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, no, there's really nothing I can do. The only place I can level skinning is in Darnassus, I think. I don't think I have any other options. And yeah, I'm probably not going to go to Darnassus until the end of the stream. I'll probably put myself on a flight path when the stream's over, and I'll have to do it later. It's okay. We've been maxed out at 225 for like 3 weeks. It's totally fine.
Farewell.
Maybe I can turn the music back up now. There we go. You know, I think I actually have to train it in Ironforge. Pretty sure someone told me Ironforge was where I needed to go from 225 to 300. And you know, right now I'm in Kalimdor. It's going to be a bit of work for me to get back that way. It's a lot of traveling. Mitosh, thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Incredibly generous. It's probably going to go towards sushi, yeah. I should change the goal from coffee to sushi, because the sushi is definitely the part of my diet that breaks the bank. Lael, yeah, it got really cold here too. It's 25 degrees Fahrenheit outside my door right now. It looks really pretty. It's a nice sunny day. But in this case, looks are deceiving. The real feel is like 14 degrees with the wind. So we're still living in winter. Do I want to wait for the boat? No, probably not. Probably just make the swim. It would be cool if there was a map add-on so that I can see the boat. You can see like where it's at. Could help you kind of decide if you want to wait for it or not. And the membership. Mitosh, thank you. I appreciate it. There we go. I don't think he's gonna burst in again. He likes to try to burst into my office and scare me. Usually I can hear him coming down the stairs. He had his state testing today. He's homeschooled, so once a year if you're homeschooled you gotta go like do your state testing. So he did that stuff today. That's been like the majority of his day has been out of the house doing his state testing. He says he thinks it went well. So it probably did. We should be able to get 300 skinning in Darnassus? Maybe. I don't know, maybe I'm making up the Ironforge thing. I'm gonna put myself on a flight to Darnassus at the end of the day today. And I will definitely check. And that if that doesn't work out, then I'll fly myself down to Dustswallow and I'll try Ironforge. And eventually we'll get it done. Yeah, let's go after the ogres first. We do have the next part of the Yeti quest line. Improved quality, but let's come back down here and just pick up right where we left off. They all trained to 300. Then maybe I was just like given bad information or was completely mistaken or misinterpreted. It makes perfect sense to me that they should all be able to train you up to 300, so yeah, that's great. Then hopefully with any luck by tomorrow we should be able to continue leveling up skinning. Maybe I'll even remember to put some stuff up on the auction house when I'm in the city. Stranger things have happened. I might need a sticky pad. I need to start using my Microsoft OneNote. When I use OneNote and I make lists and I keep track of stuff in OneNote, I'm much better about getting stuff done like off recording, off stream. When I just try to keep it in my head, obviously most of the time I never do it. If I don't bring it like out of the cognitive realm and write it down and put it in the physical realm, I will forget. If it only lives in my brain, it's gonna live and die in my brain. What do I need here? I guess I must not have needed many more of these guys. Let's head down to the shamans. Shamans are the ones that we typically have a hard time finding. Have I got that one skill up on the pally yet? No. I never did. I let it become a meme. So now we're just gonna keep it right at 124. We're gonna leave it at 124, and in the future I promise to be better. Next character we roll is gonna be a druid, and I'm gonna do herbalism and alchemy, and we're gonna try to actually keep it going. Because yeah, mining and blacksmithing was basically impossible for me to keep going, especially at the speed we were leveling. I don't know what I was thinking. You know, I was clearly having like delusions when I decided to try mining and blacksmithing in Sod. Because I had a hard time keeping that going when we did the vanilla era paladin that we did over on Mankrik. And that was like a 300-hour playthrough, and I still had trouble keeping mining going. So I don't know what I was thinking. I was basically setting myself up to fail. I was actually really enjoying the cat in hardcore, so that kind of made me think, well, if I was already having fun on the druid in hardcore, probably gonna have a lot of fun in SOD. 'Cause so far, every spec I've tried in SOD has been fun. So I'm hoping cat DPS will be enjoyable in SOD. We'll probably try a little bit of caster too. But I'm more interested in melee than I am in being a caster. Daryl, I'm sorry you're feeling under the weather, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hopefully you'll get better soon. Yeah, that's right. Today's April 8. Phase 8 on April 8. I don't think anything that changes today is going to affect me where I'm currently at. But is that the... Are we getting the new 5-man? The Scarlet Enclave? I forget what it's called. Some kind of Scarlet dungeon, right? Is that a 5-man or is that a raid? See, I know nothing about these things. I don't look at any World of Warcraft news anymore. So I never know like what's coming out, what it features, etc. It's a 20-man raid. Okay, it's a raid. For some reason I was thinking about a 5-man. Maybe the 5-man dungeon was the last phase. Did they put out a new 5-man or am I just making that up? I'll be curious to see what their plans are going to be going forward. So if they're not planning any more big phases, which they haven't really talked about, if they're planning any more big phases now. But they said they would keep adding stuff, so I wonder if this will be the last raid we get. It just seems very unlikely that they don't just keep adding stuff. You know what I mean? It's almost like they're kind of stuck. They've created this whole game mode that like people really like and tons of people play. And now they're kind of stuck continuing it, regardless of what the original plan was. It's hard to imagine they just stop making raid content, like stop making new content. And eventually, you know, they're gonna have to talk more openly and more holistically about what their plans are for SOD. Like, eventually they're gonna, especially with this being like the last big phase that we know about, they're gonna have to eventually talk candidly about what they plan to do with SOD in the future. And not just vague stuff like, oh, we plan to support it and occasionally add things. Like, they actually need to, like, have a roadmap. The shaman spawn rate is being relatively cooperative today. We need one more. There we go. All right, so what do we want to do now? We could go do this one, since we're pretty close to it, and I think we're at a decent level to try to take that on now. So yeah, I think I'm gonna head north. We'll do that one, and then we'll get the Yetis on the way back to the island. Now we just gotta find a way out of here. Over this way, perhaps. Is Aspect of the Hawk range DPS only? Yes. Pretty sure that it is. I think we're getting, at level 60, somebody said we were going to get a different aura. A melee DPS aura at level 60. But we have to wait until then. Yeah, Aspect of the Hawk is ranged attack power. It's like, we will get one, we just don't have it yet. If we don't get dismounted here, I will be really surprised. Well, maybe we're good. Yeah, it's nice to hit 60 and actually get something that you're looking forward to. And I don't know if we just train it at our trainer. I don't know if it becomes available at a rune vendor. I'm really not sure how that works. I guess I'm kind of assuming that we just train it at our trainer. But I don't know how many things in SOD actually work that way, or if we're gonna have to, like, are we gonna have to go find the rune? I don't know. I have no idea. I'll probably have to recheck the rune vendor and just see. I checked the other day to make sure I didn't miss anything. But we might have to check again at level 60. Alright, this quest actually picks up over on a weird ledge. Of course. Of course, that's... we were saving the dismount for that moment. So for this one, we have to get down there, we have to open the cage doors, and then we have to protect the little fairy dragons as they fly away. So like the best thing we can do here is to kill everybody and then open the doors. I'm also kind of assuming that we can't let her die. Letting her die seems like it'd be bad. Did we free them all? I didn't see it actually count. Oh, there we go. Now we're good. Okay. So that part is done. And the next part is going to be a straight up kill quest, I think. Not that we haven't killed enough of them already. It's like, oh yeah, now that you've wiped out their entire settlement so you can free the spirit darters, now we're going to give you a kill quest. It kind of adds insult to injury. We did hit level 51 somewhere in all that. And that's kind of like, we're at the sad part now where we have to waste some talent points on things we don't need. Just to get down to the last thing we do need.
Hello. Good luck, friend. Elune be with you.
So, where do we want to spend our points? I guess, I mean, it's not going to matter. We're either putting them in Hunter's Mark, which we don't need, or we're putting them in Concussive Shot, which we don't need, or we're putting them in Arcane Shot, which we don't need. Increase the range of our weapon, we don't need. I'm going to put them into Hunter's Mark. We're just trying to get down here. We're going to waste the next 5 points, which feels really bad. I just can't think of any way else to do it. Yeah, we need to get into an aspect, thank you. That would be really helpful. And now we have to kill more Tauren. The range one just says weapons. It says ranged weapons. Which one? Increase the ranged attack power. Yeah, I think all of these are just going to apply only to our ranged weapons. Yeah, it's a shame there's not something we could use. I don't think there's a way to make any of it useful. They should change one of them. They should make a change. I think letting Hunter's Mark help a little bit with melee would be okay. I don't really want that because then I have to macro something to always put Hunter's Mark up, and I find Hunter's Mark to kind of be an annoying mechanic just in general. Because it becomes something you have to either macro or you're tapping the button all the time. So I really don't want Hunter's Mark, but having there be some talent I could take because they change lethal shots, you know, like they change lethal shots so that it applies to melee. So they know there's like, you know, talents that need to be adjusted to make melee viable. Like changing this could be good. Or yeah, this would be funny, like increasing the range of our melee weapon. We could have a 6-yard range on our melee weapon. That'd be interesting. Yeah, I was thinking about that. It would feel like the Rat Pally in retail. I like having increased range on my melee swings because I am sometimes bad about positioning. A lot of times if I get a little bit distracted, I realize that I'm just like, I'm almost close enough to be hitting the mob, but not quite. So I could benefit from like a 2 to 4 yard increase on my melee range. That would be really fun to have on this character. Am I streaming again tomorrow? Yeah, probably. Unless something happens. I should be. I'm probably going to be streaming most days until we get this, at least until we get the character capped and we see some raids. I want to see if we're actually going to be able to do endgame content in SOD. So I'm trying to like devote myself to this one character for the next little bit. And see if that helps us get into some actual raids and endgame content. When I have a goal and I'm trying to focus a character, then like streaming makes more sense. Because I can play the character for bigger chunks. And I can just make more progress. But obviously when I'm playing a lot of just classic era and I'm playing a lot of hardcore, like I don't have any endgame goals for vanilla era, for hardcore, so there is only the intrinsic motivation to level. There is no, like, goal at the end of it. So it's nice to have some endgame aspirations for a change. Karen, have a good rest of your night. we will see you next time. Yeah, how am I thinking of tackling the raid content? Yeah, I'll have to do it in chronological order, because I have no idea. That's the thing. And that's like kind of a big barrier. It's like, I don't know, I don't have a mental framework for how to approach the endgame content. So I'm just gonna have to start like in chronological order, basically. And then we'll have to go from there. But yeah, like starting with Molten Core, basically. Because I have no idea how else I would do it. And I'm assuming, like, before that, we're gonna have to get some gear from somewhere. We're gonna have to get some gear from some 5-man content, I'm assuming. Because we're not just gonna hit 60 and step into Molten Core. I see groups when they're looking to put a run together, a lot of groups will say no fresh 60s. And I don't know what gear I have to get to not be considered a fresh 60 before I start trying to jump into a pug raid. I thought Sunken Temple was the level 40 raid. Wasn't it? Or was that Nomergon? I don't know. For some reason I thought Sunken Temple was a leveling raid. It's a level 50 raid. Oh. I mean, maybe some of the gear would still be good at level 60. I don't know how good the gear is. I don't know if anybody even runs Sunken Temple. Sunken Temple has bosses that are harder than Molten Core. Okay, great. So we'll do Molten Core first. Yeah, those were the dungeons I was thinking about, like lower Blackrock Spire, upper Blackrock Spire, Strathholm, stuff like that. To get some gear before we step into raids. And then of course, like anything we can afford on the auction house, which isn't going to be a lot.
What brings you here? Goddess Rejuva.
Yeah, if these are Sunken Temple items, then yeah, we definitely want them. Like, we want this polearm for sure. Oh wow, look at that. It's a polearm, but it's a frickin' scythe. Oh my god. This is so cool. I need this weapon. That's so frickin' cool. Oh man, Scythe of the Dream. It's an actual scythe. Wow. That's cool. Over 55, you can get coins to buy loot from bosses. Okay. Where do I earn coins? Do they drop off of raid bosses? So are they like they're like basically drop protection, so that if you're not getting any drops, you can eventually use the currency to buy the items? Bosses over 55. Okay. Interesting. Blackrock Depths, any dungeon above that. 1 to 3 coins per boss. Yeah, I definitely, when we hit 60, I want to be doing content that can get us coins. Like, as soon as we can. As soon as we can be killing bosses that give us coins, I want to be doing that. And as long as I'm at least doing that, I can feel like I'm making progress with Endgame. As long as I'm getting the Endgame currency, even if it takes a while before we can step into any, like, big raids, I'll be okay with that. You need to make sure you loot bosses. Oh yeah, that's gonna be my downfall. Yeah, if I have to loot the bosses to get the coins, then I'm probably never gonna have enough coins. It's gonna be my downfall. Yeah, they should just give them to me like badge currency. Like, man, I have to loot them? That's gonna be tough. Yeah, my hope is that I have a lot of fun with it. It sounds like it's going to be fun. If it's accessible at all, like if I can get into the endgame content, if I can start earning an endgame currency for endgame gear, that's all I need. That's all I need to be happy. I'm just looking for a place where I can just focus, like I can know like Sod is where I do endgame. Or Sod and Mist are where I do endgame. I just need to have that place where I know how to do endgame stuff. Where I can focus on whatever the endgame content is. So I'm hopeful. So far, so good. See, these guys I can't skin at all. By the time I get the next rank of skinning, we're gonna have to find somewhere we can level it up. Probably go back and kill the turtles on the coastline in Tannerus. That's a good spot for skinning. And if I ever go back to cooking, we'll probably need the turtle meat. I feel like once I have this character capped out, once we're actively doing endgame content, I will feel better with the next character going a little bit more slowly, focusing a little bit more on professions as we level up, like taking the time. With this character, and also like a little bit with the Pally, I've just really wanted to get to cap. It's the first time in a long time that I have actually felt an internal incentive to get to level cap. And so that's kind of part of the reason why, yeah, there's things I need to be doing, but my biggest priority is making sure I get to level cap. And then when we do the druid, then we'll take a slower approach, we'll make sure that we're doing our professions and taking time. Because then at least I know I'll already have a character doing endgame stuff, so that rush won't be there. God, Leo, that's giving me like PTSD. Ooh. Ooh, that sounds bad. When I read the orders would not stop, I'm like, I just like get a shiver. Yeah, I can imagine. There've only been a couple of times in my life when I worked 2 jobs. And it wasn't good. Nothing about it was good. I mean, sometimes the pay was good. But then the money was gone immediately anyway, so... Casual observer, I appreciate you being here and casually observing. Thank you so much. Corroon TV, welcome to the stream, buddy. Thanks for being here. A sunken temple raid forming? I can't. I don't think I have time today. Don't think I have time. If it was something that was forming up really quickly, I might be able to make the time, but I'm gonna say 3 hours in. I probably shouldn't get into a raid right now. But I appreciate the thought. Yeah, it's tempting though. It is tempting. Yeah, I'm looking forward to being 60, getting on for the day, and then that's all we're doing is we're just trying to find a group. We're trying to find a raid to run. Like, that's what I look forward to, knowing that, like, however much time I have on the character for that day, I'm going to devote all of it to trying to do endgame content. We have killed every Yeti in this cave. And now it's time to work our way out. Do I prefer Season of Discovery or Classic Era more? Right now I'm having more fun with SOD. A lot of that's because, you know, there's class changes and new stuff, and I get to learn new specs, and it's just engaging in a different way. Everything has its time, everything has its season. So, you know, right now I'm having the most fun I'm having right now in WoW is playing SOD. Which isn't to say that I don't enjoy other versions, it's just that this is the most enjoyable right now. It has a lot of good things going for it. The class changes, the pacing. It's got some good quality of life stuff. And it has an endgame that I might actually be interested in. That's the biggest difference. There are a lot of big differences, but one of them, the most important difference, is that, like, in Classic Era, I have no desire to do the Classic Era 40-man raids. Like, I just don't have any desire to do it. So this is giving me the opportunity to get into some endgame content that still looks classic and is classic-esque, but is not those same old 40-man raids. Yeah, I did know about that. I thought that was a anniversary thing, but a lot of the stuff they changed for anniversary realms got leaked over to SOD. So yeah, being able to instantly mail yourself stuff. I haven't thought about that in a while. But I was aware of it, but just because of the change that was made to the anniversary realms. It's a really good change. More reason to have a bank alt, obviously. More reason to have a bank alt. Alright, we are done here. I can stop slaughtering Yeti. As fun as that is. And we can go try to turn this stuff in. Alright, Amy, thanks for letting me know. He certainly knows how to find me. That's true. So we were talking about coins. How many coins does it take to buy a piece of gear? If a boss drops 1 to 3, what would I guess? If a boss drops 1 to 3 coins, how much would a chess piece cost? I'm gonna say 50 coins. No, I'm gonna, that'd be a lot. I'm gonna say 30 coins for a chess piece. Maybe 40 coins for a weapon. Sure, I could look at the vendor on Wowhead. You think 50 max? Yeah, I think 50 would be a lot, but I can see some, like, big weapons being 50. If you get 1 to 2 per 1 or 3, 1 to 3 is a big window too. Like, there's a big difference between getting 1 coin off a boss and getting 3 coins. For tier 1, it's 15 to 25 per item. That's very generous of them. Yeah, I was expecting more around the range of 30 to 50. That's not bad. 15 to 25 per item. I like it. That seems like it could be pretty solid. Very exciting. Yeah, I was expecting it to be quite grindy as well, but that seems really, really generous of them.
I am honored. May the stars guide you.
A Scholomance run gives about 20 coins. Very nice. I don't know that I've ever done original Scholomance. Like, I don't think I've ever cleared it. So that'd be cool. Yeah, it seems like they did a good job at keeping the content evergreen. Incentivizing people to do stuff, even though they might have gear that is higher than the content.
See you later. See you around. Safe travel.
All right. I mean, are we basically done here? I feel like we can be basically done here. We have this other quest up here we could do. We could save that for later. It's level 49. We are level 51. We've got some stuff we can wrap up back in Tannerus at this point. So we should probably wrap the rest of this stuff up. We never found Caliph. Maybe one day we can find him. And then after we do that, we could go right into Ungoro Crater, but we've got other places we could go. I want to do some stuff in the Hinterlands. So I think after Tannerus, we'll probably make our way back to the Eastern Kingdoms for a bit. I want to do Hinterlands, and I want to do Blasted Lands. Hinterlands, Blasted Lands, and then we can go into Ungoro. And maybe we can go right from Ungoro to like Winter Spring or something, I don't know. We will have to see, but I am out of time for today, guys. I'm going to put us on a flight point to Darnassus because I have lots of things I need to do in the city. And I want to get that going, and then I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to play more. We got a couple levels today. We got level 50 and 51, so steady progress. And more to come tomorrow. Thank you guys again for being here and for hanging out. Have a great rest of your afternoon or evening time. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.